This is Optimal Health Daily, episode 1244. You Can't Have All of the Fitness All of the Time, Part 2, by Galliett of fitforreallife.com. And I'm Dr. Neil Malik, your narrator of blogs covering health and fitness. I read to you from some of the most popular blogs out there, with permission from the authors, of course. Now, today's post is a continuation from yesterday, so if you're new here or skipping around, definitely check out yesterday's episode first. That's episode 1243. Now, it's Wednesday, and like I do every Wednesday, I like to share with you a little bit of inspiration. Now, whenever I share an inspirational quote, I like to tell you who said that particular quote. But today, there have been a number of folks claiming that they came up with this quote. So this quote's been attributed to a number of sources. So I can't really say who I'm quoting here, but here we go. Quote, "Your mind is like a parachute. It works only when it's open." End quote. All right, now that we're feeling inspired, let's get right to part 2 and continue optimizing your life. You Can't Have All of the Fitness All of the Time, Part 2, by Galliett of fitforreallife.com. Let biology do its thing. To achieve any change in your body's performance or physique, you've got to place a stimulus on your body. That stimulus will elicit a response from your body, and depending on where on the fitness spectrum your stimulus came from, will determine the response you get. And you don't get to have the entire fitness spectrum at once. You actually aren't going to have all of the fitness at all times. Here's why. To excel at one thing, like achieving a marathon personal record, means you're shifting focus away from something else, perhaps a new clean and jerk personal record. Fitness is a spectrum, and the biology required to get to one end of the fitness spectrum, in this case, endurance running personal record, is going to be different from what is going to get you to the other end of the spectrum. Here, maximal weightlifting power. And here's the critical part. To get good at one, you've got to let go, at least a bit, of the other. Trying to hold on to all of the fitness is like trying to hold water in a clenched fist. It will slip right through your fingers, and you'll find none of your fitness moving to the excels at category. For example, to excel at Olympic weightlifting, where you're applying force to hundreds of pounds and moving that weight as explosively as possible, you must develop your adenosine triphosphate creatine phosphate system, or ATP-CP system. Whereas with endurance running, you'd be on the far opposite end of the spectrum, having developed your aerobic metabolic pathway to be extremely efficient. Remember, your body is simply listening for and responding to the signals you give it. The more consistent the signal, the more response in that direction it will elicit. Thus, if your signal is consistently telling your body to upgrade its efficiency in its aerobic pathways and slow twitch muscle fibers, which would happen when training for an endurance event, it will also take note that you are not stimulating its anaerobic pathways and fast twitch fibers as much, leading it to downgrade its efficiency and strength in those areas. But I want to train a little of both of those things so that I can achieve them both. Well, that middle ground of the fitness spectrum, where you can do a bit of running, you can lift a bit of weight, you have a bit of definition, that can totally be your fitness goal. Just know that with that goal, like any other, you will be letting go of other parts of the fitness spectrum as you work to attain it. There are biological limitations on how many different aspects of fitness you can hold on to at the same time. If you want to have a little bit of a bunch of fitness, then know that you're not going to have a top-end amount of fitness in any one area. Finding satisfaction in your progress. If you want to improve at a sport that is glycogen demanding, like weightlifting, sprinting, or gymnastics, get excited by the fact that you're changing your physiology to do that. It's silly to put any emotion towards the fact that, in doing so, you'll likely lose some of your fitness at running for distance. If you're coming off a major life stressor, and consistent workouts, and incredible health are your top goals, don't waste time envying the six-pack abs that a friend has achieved, which they have been dialed into their training for months to achieve. You're not at the same place as them, and you're coming from a different place as them. Apples and oranges don't compare. Do not let someone else's fitness accomplishment distract you from your end goal and desired feeling of accomplishment. Someone else's Ironman training workouts in no way detract from what you're doing on your journey toward your first legit pull-up. Letting someone else's fitness detract from your own means chipping away at the very thing that a fitness goal is designed to give you, self-confidence, by way of a personal best in a fitness pursuit. Once you've decided on a goal, put the blinders on and get to work. In 13 years of working with clients, time and again, the ones who do the best are the ones who pick 1 or 2 goals and diligently and consistently work on them. The ones who struggle are the ones who, every 4 or 5 weeks, come up with something new to work for. These folks must learn to make the doing of the goal as much fun as the planning of the goal. You can't have all of the fitness all of the time, but what you can have is a deep dedication to your own fitness journey. What someone else posts online about their fitness in no way alters the quality of what you're working to achieve. Your fitness journey is yours, and much like the rest of life, when it comes to fitness, you don't need to keep up with the Joneses. You just listened to part 2 of the post titled, "You Can't Have All of the Fitness All of the Time" by Cant Galliett of fitforreallife.com. And now this past year has mentally challenged many of us in ways we could have never imagined. How can we focus on our mental well-being in 2021? Headspace is your answer. Headspace is a mobile meditation app that allows you to find peace and mindfulness on your schedule, anytime, anywhere. I've been using Headspace for a while now and have gone through different packs like appreciation, patience, and courses like dealing with regret. Every pack has allowed me to gain a deeper understanding of myself, and I love that I don't struggle with my commitment to meditate because Headspace makes it so easy to adjust your desired time spent on each session. It's been great for me, and I hope you feel the same way too. You deserve to feel happier, and Headspace is meditation made simple. Go to headspace.com/OHD. That's headspace.com/OHD for a free 1-month trial with access to Headspace's full library of meditations for every situation. This is the best deal offered right now. Head to headspace.com/OHD today. Dr. Neil here for my commentary. After spending thousands of hours counseling patients and training clients, I can say without a doubt that in my experience, the ones that actually achieve their goals are the ones that, just as Kate said, pick 1 or 2 goals and consistently work on them. In fact, when we look at published studies, we find similar results here as well. Very rarely do folks achieve long-term success when they decide they want all of their goals achieved all at once. When I first read this post, in fact, and arrived at this part, I wanted to jump out of my chair and say, yes, this is exactly right. In fact, it took a lot of restraint for me to not get all loud and excited when I was reading it to you right now. Now, yesterday, I quoted celebrity fitness trainer Mark Twight. He helped make actors look like superheroes for movies like 300 and Man of Steel. To help the actors achieve those impressive physiques, he didn't initially focus on making sure each actor had 6-pack abs. Instead, he first helped them improve their strength. Then he focused on their agility, then cardiorespiratory fitness. Then he focused on diet. He didn't focus on everything all at once. Achieving 6-pack abs was partly a result of this process. It was a nice byproduct or side effect of all the other steps that they were taking. Oh, and of course I have to mention, all of these steps, including achieving 6-pack abs, took months of consistent effort. They didn't happen overnight. So, focus on 1 or 2 changes at a time and give them your best effort. Once they've become a habit, move on to the next goal, but only once the initial goal has become a habit. Focus on you. Don't worry about what others are doing. Don't worry about others' personal records. Think about your own personal records and ultimately beating those. Because as today's author, Kate, so perfectly put it, your journey is yours and no one else's. All right, that's it from me for today. I hope you're having a wonderful week. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you back here tomorrow where your optimal life awaits.